Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to another Iowa Wild Q&A here with Jesper Wallstedt as he'll join us live from Sweden. We've really taken advantage of the technology here in 2023, getting to check in with Jesper. Ben Gislason here in Des Moines, and you asked, Jesper will answer. These are all fan-related questions. Fans chimed in a big way. Not surprised at all that when we threw your name out there, Jesper, a lot of people had questions for you. My only question is, how has your summer been, pal?
Yeah, it's been great. Really been enjoying the time with my family and my friends, and spending a lot of time in my hometown Västerås. And yeah, just take this time to kind of relax and get ready for a long season again. And I've been really trying to get my body in as good shape as possible for coming into camp now in what is it, a month now? So it's getting close.
Yeah, geez, just a little over a month. Little over a month. We'll be seeing each other. It goes fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's time's been flying by.
Well, let's get started. Our opening question from Andrew Lemley is, what's your favorite thing about playing hockey, and what made you pick goalie?
I think my favorite thing is kind of just the team feeling and like making so many new friends and meeting so many people and kind of competing together. You always kind of get a very cool bond with everybody on the team, and in some way you just uh, trust each other, and you're going out to war with each other out there when you're playing. And I just think that feeling is very cool. And uh, I'm a big competitor, and I love going out on the ice with people that I trust, and go out there and compete for the same goal as we all have. And that's kind of the cool thing. I think uh, I've always been one who loved playing team sports. I love doing it together. I don't think I would have ever chosen any other sport than that's individual. I'd love to be in a team and together with people. So um, I think that's one of the biggest things, and I love winning. But then deciding to be a goalie, I don't really know why. It just kind of got there. I have a brother who's a goalie, and I have my dad who was a goalie, and I guess I kind of just fell into their path and kind of took that route. And yeah, I'm happy where I am. So I'm happy that was the choice.
Tony Curran Jr. wants to know, have your teammates given you a good nickname yet? Uh, he has two for you, and they are the Wall and the Brick Wall are the two that Tony has for you.
I think I kind of easily fell into be called Wally, just because that's kind of the easiest one. And I guess just like my last name and that is the nicknames that I'm getting called. And I guess it's kind of self-explanatory why. But yeah, I've been enjoying it.
Adam Franzen asked, why do you rock a Bauer goalie mask out of all the quality helmets out there?
Good question. I don't know. I guess I've always been into Bauer and been playing with their gears, and since I was very very young. And then I was playing in Luleå, which was in Sweden. All the teams are sponsored by different brands, so you can only wear that brand. And where I played, we were sponsored by Bauer, so just kept rocking their gear. And yeah, kind of naturally just fell into keep going with them when I got over there. So I basically just play with everything from Bauer, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it. They do great things, so I'm tending to keep it that way.
Mary Jo Ellis wants to know, is there any particular coach or player that you feel helped you the most in your career?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm too young to kind of decide that yet. I'm very happy for all the coaches I've had. I'm very thankful for especially the coaches I had when I was very young, growing up, and they believing in me, and also my hometown team Västerås also always believing in me. So uh, probably there somewhere. And then I've just been having great coaches all the way, and I'm very thankful for them putting their passion and their time into my development and the team's development. So I don't think there's anyone specific. I'm just very happy the route that my career has been going, and the players and coaches I've been surrounded by.
CJ wants to know what's the best advice you'd have for young athletes, keeping in mind you're a young athlete yourself, all things considered, but for younger athletes than yourself, what would you tell them?
I think just try to have fun with it. For me, it's hockey has always been something I've been doing for my own sake, something that I've loved. I've never been pushed, or my parents has never told me to do something. It's always been myself that have wanted to do things and wanted to uh, put in the work. It's never been pushed from anywhere, and I guess that's why kind of I still have the love for the sport, and love doing what I do, because it's always been coming from myself and not anyone else. I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm doing it for myself, and I still enjoy it as much as I did when I was a little kid. So um, I don't know kind of how to put it together, but uh, find find something that you love, and do it, and put in the work that you enjoy doing to exceed your goals. Doesn't have to be hockey, maybe in general in your whole life, that just whatever you feel passionate about, or what you feel is worth uh, putting all your time at, is probably what you're supposed to do.
Hayden Krebs asked, what do you like most about being in Iowa?
Uh, I I think it's a very very good spot to kind of start off your career in the US. I felt like it was a good sized city, uh, passionate fans, not a lot of not a lot of traffic, or anything. You could probably get everywhere in a short period of time. It's good size, had everything that you needed. And for me, I just felt like I could just live hockey there. I could just do what I wanted to do, and there was no side distractions, or anything like that. It was just me and hockey, and I could put in all the amount of work that I wanted to, and felt like, yeah, I felt like I kind of had a good time there, and felt like I could continue to develop as a human and as a hockey player.
Joshua Lenny asked about being named to the top prospects team in the American Hockey League this past year. And is there pressure that you feel being a young goalie prospect coming up and having really the future of an organization very much not riding on you, but is there pressure that comes with being a prospect like yourself, where your future is very bright, but you know the people are counting on you to get there at some point?
Yeah, I guess there's definitely pressure, but I think myself is the one putting the most pressure on myself. I think I'm the one who expects the most out of me, uh, and puts the highest goals on myself, and puts the highest amount of pressure to succeed, and to do it for both myself and for the team every night to get that win. And uh, I think I have the expectations on myself to uh, become someone, and I want to become a really good goalie, and I want to do this for the rest of my life as long as I can. And uh, I think what I feel is that especially Minnesota and Iowa is just putting their time and their resources and their coaching staff to help me get there. I don't This far I haven't felt the pressure. It's more like they really want to help me along the way, and make me as good as it's possibly as I possibly can easily.
Jake asked about your pregame rituals. Do you have any? And I'm thinking back to this year. I'm not sure I ever asked you this question. So, do you have any pregame rituals?
I was kind of strict and had a lot of things I was doing when I got from Sweden to the US, and um, then I kind of started off a little shaky, and we were losing a lot, so I kind of just stopped care about it, and just kind of just went with the flow and did whatever I felt like doing. That was kind of the time where everything started turning around, and I started to play better, and the team started winning. So then for the rest of the year, I was just doing whatever I felt like. If I wanted to do something, I did it, and uh, yeah, I kind of enjoyed it that way. Just no pressure feeling that you have to do something to be able to play good. Just get out there and uh, yeah, do whatever feels good in that moment instead of feeling like you have to do something.
Sounds like the Dakota Murmas school of pregame rituals. I remember asking him about this, and he just laughs at people that have any kind of rituals. He doesn't find any truth to pregame rituals. So it sounds like you guys are a little bit similar in that.
Yeah, maybe.
Caitlin Mickles asked about, is there a best piece of advice you received from somebody along the way that you think back on and that you would pass on to other people?
Oh wow.
They took some time. They asked you some really a lot more
Yeah.
legitimate questions than I asked you throughout the course of the season. A lot more time put into them as well. A lot more thought.
Yeah, that was a deep question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if anything has stuck with me. Uh, but I think just like listening to the people around you and that have been through things. Uh, I think I kind of just pick up things in the moment, kind of have them with me for a while, and then unfortunately forgets about it, kind of. So I think there's a lot of wise words said to me throughout my career, but I kind of just used it during that time, and then you kind of just forget about it. Uh, so no, I don't think I have anything that I kind of live by, or anything that I remember that just really has affected me some way.
Elijah Bond asked, what is your favorite away arena that you've ever played in? And that could be overseas, back in Sweden, or it could be here during your time in the American Hockey League.
Uh, I really enjoyed the arena we played World Championships in Finland. It was very cool. I played a couple of time in Rogers Arena in Edmonton. I think that's a pretty sick place. Uh, and then I thought it was very cool uh, to play half a game there with Fleury in Minnesota. That was very sick in the preseason, and also the away game in Dallas during preseason as well. So uh, I think definitely the biggest arenas in the NHL are at the top of the list. But yeah, I've been fortunate enough to at young age play at pretty cool arenas, and Sweden also has a lot of great arenas as well. So uh, yeah, it's hard to kind of just say that one, but I just remember back uh, at the different ones I've been at, and they're all very cool.
Maddie wants to know, or pardon me, Harvey wants to know, who is your favorite active NHL goaltender?
Wow. I, I think if I have to, because I love watching goalies that are so different from who I am. So when I was playing in Sweden, I loved watching Fleury, and now I'm the same organization somehow, and it's very surreal. And it was very cool during training camps last year, and yeah, so I love watching him still, and it's just like we're so different, which is so cool, so cool. But I also love watching Vasilevsky in Tampa as well. Also very different, but still kind of have the younger and a little bit more modern game style. But he's just so flexible, and uh, yeah, just very, very surreal to watch as well. But I watch a lot of NHL. I watch a lot of goalies. I just get so inspired by watching other people play and do what they're so good at. That's kind of what's inspired me to even become even better.
Gene Parmesan, which I believe is an Arrested Development TV show reference. If it is, a tip of my cap to Gene Parmesan. Love that show. He wants to know which feels better, a shutout or a goalie goal, because you've done both.
Yeah, I've scored twice now, so that's surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Uh, an even better question is to let in one goal or miss an open net when you try to go for a goal. That's also a tough one. But it's easy to say that I love scoring goals whenever it happens. I'm very fortunate to have done that twice now, and it's just like an incredible rush in your whole body. And if you score, you're almost guaranteed that you're winning that game as well, which is definitely a plus. Which is what we're going after every night. And um, as long as the team wins, I'm very fortunate. I'm very happy. That's what we love doing. We hate losing. We love winning. So if I can score as well, that's very good. And if I can have a shutout, then my job is kind of complete. That's what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, it's hard to not say that it's cooler to score a goal.
Em asked about the favorite golf course you visited so far in America.
I think the one we played in Palm Springs was very, very cool. It was very surreal. I don't think I've ever seen something like that. And just like the climate and the nature, and you're basically just playing on a little bit of grass, and then there's just desert everywhere. It's like you're playing in a big bunker with some grass instead. It was very, very cool, and I really enjoyed that. So yeah, that was probably definitely the coolest I played. I played a couple pretty good ones here in Sweden too, but that one was just something else.
Tommy Young said, first off, he can't wait to see you thrive in the NHL very soon. But his question was, what was the hardest part about transitioning from living in Sweden to living in the United States?
Um, I think just everything kind of together, just finding a place, making it kind of feel like home somehow, and putting everything together. After a while, I got a car as well. The first month was tough without it. You kind of have to rely on other people to uh, get you to the rink and help you through grocery store and everything like that. So I think that was a little bit more. It was a little stressful for me. I'd like to just be able to do whatever I want at whatever time I want. But overall, I think it's pretty similar. It's a pretty normal life, or it's a kind of like the hockey life is pretty similar wherever you play. I feel like you just you kind of just basically sleeps, and then you eat, and then you practice, and then you go for travel, and then you're out for a couple of days. You come back and you just do it all over again. And that is very I love it. I feel like my life is very a lot of routines, and you just do it all over again, and you kind of just get comfortable with it. And uh, it's a very it's a lifestyle that I think a lot of people would have changed with me if they could, and I really enjoy living that way.
Speaking of eating, Madison Hurdle asked, what's your favorite American food?
Oh wow. I think America has a lot of great steaks overall. Uh, I wouldn't say much better than back home, but I think there's just a lot more different to choose from, and it's easy to get good steaks. And I've kind of enjoyed it. But overall, it's a little different from back home, but it's still not bad. It's still something you can really just get into, and I'm not that picky in food overall, so I basically just eat.
Gabby says hello from a fellow goaltender. and she wants to know what is your favorite type of save to make?
Probably the most boring ones that just looks so easy. I just love getting over, maybe the PT push over, and then just sink it into the stomach and get it in the chest plate. Get a whistle on it and get a face off. But I don't know. I'm just so simple overall. I just like it easy, and I don't mind just being in the positionally right space to make it look so easy, and just make that a shooter doesn't have any choices except just giving the puck to me.
Boring nights are good nights for goalies, aren't they, Jesper?
Oh, they are. They're the best nights.
Just a few more for you, Jesper. As always, you've been so gracious with your time. Ashley asked, your favorite memory from a road trip last season?
Oh, wow. I enjoyed a lot of our road trips. I don't know if I have any specific memories. We are probably pretty boring, and then checking some cards or playing some games on the mobiles. I enjoy the trips to Grand Rapids every time. I love their long road trips. Get a little stop in there, fuel up, and then just keep on going. But I think we had a. I love when we had the sleeper buses as well. They were great, much better than the coach buses. But no, I enjoyed our traveling overall. It was nice.
Few more. Favorite Star Wars movie? Ryan wants to know.
I've only watched a couple of them. I haven't got into the older films. So what is it? I think I watched the first, second, and third of them only in the series. In the order that you're supposed to watch it. I don't know. I've tried to
chronologically. Yep.
Yeah, I think so. So I think it's like the newer films first and the older films, and then something like that. And I watched, yeah, they're probably from like 2010 or something. I don't remember the names of them. They're pretty good. I enjoyed the three films I watched. So I don't think I have a favorite, but I enjoy the Star Wars show.
Lastly, final question for you, Jesper. Go-to song to jam out to before a big game. And this question comes from Wolf.
Anything that just goes hard. Something with a lot of bass and just something that hits hard. I don't mind throwing on some hardcore or hard style, or it could be hard dubstep or house music or whatever. Something that just makes you angry almost. So you just want to get like so pumped up and so fueled up. So something that just goes hard.
Well, Jesper, you just went hard through a lot of questions. Not surprised that everybody showed up and asked a lot of questions. As always, great to catch up with you. Happy to hear your summer's going well. And like we were talking about earlier, we'll be seeing each other very soon. Enjoy the last grasps of summer, and thanks for doing this, pal.
Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of fun.